Hello everyone, my name is Nur Fitriani Fauziah and I'm a student of Information System at Bina Sarana Informatika University. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to present to you today. Today, I'm excited to guide you through an essential aspect of English grammar, the simple present tense. Understanding this tense is crucial as it helps us express fact, habit, and routines clearly. Whether we're talking about daily activities or general truth, the simple present tense is our go-to tool. So, let's dive into its structure, usage, and example to build a solid foundation. Ready to get started? Okay, here we're going to talk about what the simple present actually is. The simple present tense is used to describe action or situation that are regular, habitual, or generally true. It's the tense we use when we talk about daily routines, general facts, and things that don't change over the time. For example, when we say the sun rises in the east or I drink coffee every morning, we're using the simple present tense. This tense helps us to communicate in a clear and straightforward way. So, let's explore how it works in affirmative, negative, and question forms. Now, let's move on to the basic structure of the simple present tense. Understanding the structure is a key to using this tense correctly. Well, start with how we form affirmative sentence. For subject like I, you, we, and they, we use the base form of the verb. But for he, she, and it, we add as, us, or is to the verb depending on the ending of the verb. Next, for negative sentence, we use don't or doesn't before the base form of the verb. Remember, use doesn't for he, she, and it, and don't for the other subject like I, you, and we, and they. For example, they don't play football and she doesn't play football. And the last one is for question. We start with do or does followed by the subject and then the base form of the verb. For instance, do you like coffee or does he like coffee? Understanding the basic structure and the rules for adding as, us, and is will help you use the simple present tense confidently. Okay. To deepen our understanding of the simple present tense, it's important to look at the formulas for positive, negative, and interrogative sentence. This will help us build sentence confidently and accurately. Starting with positive sentence, the formula is the subject plus base form of the verb. For example, I read books or she reads books. Remember, we add as, is, or is to the verb form he, she, and it. Moving on to negative sentence. We use the structure subject plus don't or doesn't plus base form of the verb. Example include I don't read books and he doesn't read books. Notice that after doesn't the verb stay in its base form. And the last one is interrogative sentence. We start with do or does followed by the subject and the base form of the verb. Example, do you read books or does she read books? Here we don't add as the verb when using does. Understanding this formula is key to creating clear and correct sentence in the simple present tense. Now let's talk about how to use do and does in the simple present tense. Knowing when to use this word is really important for asking questions and making negative sentence. We use do with I, you, we, and they. For example, if you want to ask someone, you'd say, do you like pizza? Or if you want to say something negative, you might say, they don't play basketball. On the flip side, we use does with he, she, and it. So you would ask, does she like pizza? And for negative, you will say he doesn't play basketball. Remember, after do and does, we always stick with the base form of the verb, not as or as a. The little rule helps keeps your sentence correct. Getting the hang of do does will make it so much easier to ask questions and talk about what people do. Alright, now let's dive into some common errors people make when using the simple present tense. It's totally normal to make things up a bit, especially when you're just getting the hang it of. One common mistake is forgetting to add as, us, or is when using he, she, or it. For example, saying she go to school instead of she goes to school is a mistake a lot of people make. Another mistake is using do or does incorrectly. Remember, we use do with I, you, we, and they, and does with he, she, and it. So saying does they play football is wrong. It should be do they play football? Compare present Next up, we're going to compare the simple present tense with the simple past tense. Understanding the difference between these two tenses is really important for talking about action at different times. The simple present tense is used for actions that are happening right now or things that happen regularly, like I eat breakfast every day or she goes to school. On the other end, the simple past tense is for actions that happen in the past and are completely finished. For example, you will say, I ate breakfast yesterday or she went to school last week. So the key difference is really about time frame. The simple present is all about the present and habit, while the simple past is all about action that are done and gone. Alright, we've come to the end of our presentation. Today we talk a lot about the simple present tense, including how to use it, the common mistake, and how it's different from the simple past tense. Just remember, the more you practice using the simple present, the easier it'll get. Don't worry about making mistakes, that's how we learn. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any question or want to know more about anything we cover, just ask ya. Thank you. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm Nur Fitriani Fauziah. I'm a student of Information System at Bina Sarana Informatika University. Today, I'm excited to share my thoughts on a topic that affects many of us, smoking on campus area. The theme of my presentation is Respecting Choice and Health, a Balanced Approach to Smoking on Campus Area. Smoking on campus area can be a pretty sensitive topic. Some students feel they should have the freedom to smoke if they want to, especially outside in open areas. They see it as a personal choice and banning it everywhere feels a bit over the top. But on the flip side, there's the health and comfort of non-smokers to think about. They'd rather not deal with secondhand smoke while just hanging out or walking between classes. So, finding a fair middle ground could make the campus a better space for everyone. One solution could be setting up designated smoking areas a bit farther from main spot, with clear signs marking where it's okay to smoke. This way, smokers still have their space, but non-smokers get smoke-free zones where they hang out the most. To make these smoking areas work, the campus could add some seating or even a little shelter, so smokers feel more comfortable sticking to the spot. They could also host events to raise awareness about the health effects of smoking, not to preach, but to share some health info and offer support option for anyone wanting to quit. Adding smoke-free zone in high-traffic spots would also help keep the main area clear so everyone can enjoy fresh air in popular spots around campus. By having designated areas promoting awareness and respecting everyone's choice, the campus can stay comfortable and inclusive for all, without being too restrictive. This balanced approach keeps everyone in mind and makes the campus better for both smokers and non-smokers alike. Okay, thank you. Maybe that's enough by me. Bye.